Gerry, thanks so much for joining me, man. It's nice to talk to you after that great event you guys had. So how long you been with Burlington Hydro?
I started in March of 2001, so 23 years.
So you like it then, clearly.
Yeah, it's a good place, great people, just a great community.
What's the most meaningful story that you'd like to tell about your time?
Well, there's been a lot of big things that happened, but I think the most impactful thing was the ice storm we had in 2013. I think that's the most impactful. I remember being out with our line supervisor. We were looking at trees down everywhere, roads closed, and tough as nails kind of guy started to cry. I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but he said, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna help these people? And I said, we're gonna start right here and rebuild it all. That's what we did. I still remember that occurrence, and I still remember his genuine emotion. Like, he never would cry anytime. He's tearing up. It was bad. Like, we had people out for over a week, and it was freezing. It was like -15, -20. Still remember this lady up north of Highway 5. We were going door to door, and she was in her, we knocked on the door. She said, come in. We were with some firefighters, and she said, oh, I knew you'd come. And it's still to this day, it kind of hits me, because what if we didn't come? She would have probably froze. She was just wrapped in blankets sitting beside a candle. Anyways, but that was the most impactful. I remember not really sleeping a lot that week, worried about people, worried about our own staff. The guy works so hard, everybody works so hard here. But it was really monumental, and talking about feeling like you got something accomplished when the last people were turned back on. It was a real team effort. Everybody pitched in.
Amazing. Can I ask, what was your role in 2013? You were 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was the CEO. Fortunately, north of Highway 5, the power lines all came down, so did the communication lines. Not a lot of good cell service up there, so we ended up going to this little community called Kilbride, setting up a command center with the fire chief and actually the mayor at the time and the city manager. And we would meet there every day. People would drop in, and we kind of put up posters. That's kind of how we got through it. South of Highway 5, I guess the more urbanized part of the city, we had it back on in about 2 hours. But the rest of the city, it was like a week and a bit.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for sharing. That is amazing. And so obviously you talk a lot about your workers, and even when we were at the event, the big side conversations we were having, it was about their safety and their wellness. And
yeah, I admire them so much. When I first started my career in hydro, I worked at Oakville Hydro at the time. We tend to do it here too. Just to put things in perspective, they had like this 3-week immersion program where you'd spend a week with all the technical departments. So I remember going up in a bucket truck. It was a double bucket, went to the very top, so it was 78 feet to reach. And then I just imagine working in -15 conditions. Was it windy or rainy or snowy? These guys do hard work. They're good people.
amazing, it's raining, it's snowy, it's icy, and that all is water, and that's all conducted, right? Like you say, that it just sends shivers down my spine. You're thinking about, what they have to obviously expose themselves to, right, to some degree.
Yeah, that's why they got to be focused on safety all the time. It's interesting, if you come to an audit here, or if you were to ask at that meeting you're at, random people, they would always talk about safety as number one concern, first thing out of their mouth.
Yeah, sometimes you go places and there's a tagline, safety first, but your people care. That's pretty wonderful.